We're the Royals, the 2012 Division 2 champions, and you're watching Gridiron Victoria television. That's right!
Today's program is all about the Vic Bowl. We catch up with Royals star wide receiver Adam Watson. We'll get an insider's view of what it means to be a junior gridiron player, and Warrior Oscar Cisneros will be alongside his head coach Mark Levin, and we'll go over all the recent Vic Bowl triumph. GVTV's Danny Ratunapinta was at Moorabbin Oval to capture all the excitement.
Cheers Ellie, we're here at the Moorabbin Oval for the 2012 TGI Fridays Vic Bowl. Everyone is pumped, I'm pumped, and of course Moorabbin Oval is the home ground of the St Kilda Football Club, and we caught up with their captain, Nick Rivalry. You're on familiar grounds, but not such a familiar game. What are your initial impressions?
Oh look, it's great. I'm a big fan of American football, follow it pretty closely, so to be able to come down the road and watch an exhibition of the sport, where I've played a lot of footy myself, is great.
Sure. And I'll tell you what, there's been a few players that have gone to the NFL. You got Severio Rocco, you got Ben Graham. Do you think it reflects well on Australian sports people in AFL, or maybe punters in general?
Oh, I think that's the biggest one, that because of the kicking ability of AFL players, similar sort of balls, and blokes like obviously Ben Graham and Sav Rocco are well-renowned long kicks to the AFL ball. They're obviously making that transition, and I think good on them. The more the better, and obviously it gives the Australians someone to cheer for over there.
Yeah, and of course the bumps are pretty big. Do you reckon either of you would be able to take it?
They've got pads on.
Yeah.
You can get hit as hard as you want with pads and a helmet, can't you?
They're weapons, mate. You should know that.
And all joking aside, the Melbourne Uni Royals were about to go up against the Monash Barbarians in the Div 2 Vic Bowl final, both battling it out for that prestigious silverware. Mutual respect was shown by both sides. Early on in the first quarter, Blair Black found Adam Watson for the opening score at Moorabbin Oval. It set the scene and gave the Royals an early boost of confidence. Then, Blair Black, through a rushing play, gets this 2-point conversion. Then in the second quarter, the deadly duo were at it again. Blair Black found Adam Watson for the second score of the day, bringing it to 14 points to nil. The league leaders had one hand on the cup and went to halftime with a 16-point lead, much to Ralph Maggio's displeasure.
Yeah, well, the two scores up, mate, so we got to score twice and then we'll see what happens, okay?
And they got halfway there, scoring through this Kieran Dwyer pass through to Andrew Fitzpatrick, bringing it to 16 points to 6, but it wasn't enough. The clock beat them, and the Melbourne University Royals were crowned champions of Division 2 2012.
We won. I've worked as a coach 5-6 years and haven't won a championship, so this is my first as a coach, and it's just a great feeling.
The day couldn't have gotten any better with Blair Black being named MVP of the Vic Bowl. Of course, the Royals now have that title of Division 2 champions that no one can take away from them. Back to you, Ali.
As we've just seen, Melbourne Uni Royals were the Div 2 2012 Vic Bowl champions. And today we're joined by star wide receiver from the Royals, Adam Watson. Welcome to the program, Adam.
Hey Ellie, thanks for having me.
You must be still buzzing after the excitement of that great final.
Yeah, it was really exciting. I've had a great week since then, lots of celebrating, and it was just a great game and real happy to win.
What does going over some of those images from the day stir up for you?
Pretty good memories already, yeah. We we worked really hard all season, and to come away with the win and play like we did, especially in the first half, we were really on our game. And then to get the win, it was just great and real good memories. I like watching that.
For sure, and you had a really strong O-line on the day. You and Blair made those connections and you got the scores on the board. Can you take me through some of those highlight plays?
Yeah, well, the O-line, they really stood up. They gave Blair the opportunity to get those passes off to me and the other receivers, and we got lucky a few times and got to put it in the end zone. And yeah, that first one, the screen out to me, that worked well, and Darcy put on a great block and we got the first touchdown. And then the second one, Blair he threw it to me, and he knew that I'd catch it if he put it in the right spot, and I was lucky enough to hold on. Nice work. And is that something you guys practice a fair bit in training? Yeah, we do lots of routes at training. We know Blair pretty well and know his strengths and weaknesses and what he likes to do. So we're pretty confident going in that with the weather and the ground, we'd be able to put it together. And the Barbs, they've been the ultimate underdogs in the season so far, but they got one over you in round 9. Ralph Maggio's obviously a strong leader there. How did you think the matchup was on the final at the end of the season? Well, they're a good team. I mean, they're the only Division 2 team that beat us throughout the season back in about round 9. And yeah, they were very good on that day, so we knew we'd have to be at our best to beat them at the Vic Bowl, because if we took them lightly, they'd beat us again. So we paid them the respect they deserve, but we were always confident that if we were on our game, we'd be able to take the championship. And there was a little bit of rivalry in the lead up to the big game. We sort of know all about that. How about we take a look now at some of the packages from episode 2.
I want to win the Vic Bowl. I want to win the MVP, and I want to win the MVP of the Vic Bowl, and I want to keep it in Melbourne, and then I want everybody to come to Melbourne, and we like to get on top and stay on top. Yeah, I feel bad for the Barbs. I'm sorry to say that, fellas, but we're coming hard. We're coming hard the rest of the season, and I hate to say this after a loss, but we're coming for that Vic Bowl trophy, and we're going to keep it in Melbourne.
And rivalry must be a pretty good thing. You guys were pretty confident, obviously, heading into the big game. Yeah. Well, rivalry is great in any sport. It's competition, and you want to beat the best teams. And the Barbs were a real good team throughout the year, so we really wanted to beat them, and we sort of had to in the end after Blair's comments, keeping the title in Melbourne. So we're lucky we did. Do you think heading in confident as an athlete and as a team really keeps you going strong on the day? Yeah, you have to be confident. You have to believe in what you've been practicing for all season, and you don't want to get cocky or anything. You've got to show the opposition the respect they deserve. But yeah, we were confident, quietly confident, most of us anyway. And we saw a bit of that celebrations there on the field, but you guys hung around and paid your respects to the Div 1 finalists. Yeah. What else did you do to celebrate after the big weekend? We all hung around, watched the game, and then celebrated a little Sunday night. And then Monday morning we headed down to TGI Fridays in Chapel Street and sort of just kicked on there throughout the day. Went to a few bars and finished the week up just last Saturday with our presentation night. That was Dan's last night before he heads back to the States. So we made sure that was a really good night for the club as well. And you're in your off-season now. Will you take a break, or are you already looking forward to next year? I'm looking forward to next year. I might take a few weeks off. I'm pretty sore and the groins and hammies are a little injured, but already wanting to get back into the gym and get better for next season. Well, congratulations, Adam, on an epic final and a great season there with the Royals. That's all we'll have time for, but we'll be right back with more GVTV after the break.